Good day. I'm Cindy Christian. I'm with Christ Presbyterian Church. Welcome.
Good morning. I'm Daisy Dogood. Where do I go?
So you're here to volunteer?
I am.
Okay, this is what we call our patio room. So
Okay.
you're going to be coming in here and getting everything, all the knowledge you need, and get signed up, and we're going to get you to work.
Good.
Okay.
I'll follow you.
All righty.
Good morning. I'm here to volunteer.
What's your name?
Daisy Dogood.
Okay, I'm Tracy Trinity. What have you signed up to do?
I think it was for a floater reliever.
Okay, let me check my list. Actually, you're in our multi-purpose room. Do you remember where that is?
I think so.
Okay, you're gonna need to fill out a name tag,
Okay.
and this is an ask me tag to put
Okay.
on, because if people wanna know where something is, you can tell them. And this you can put in the pocket of your apron.
Oh, so I need to put on an apron.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you have any handbags or anything like that, if you could keep them in your car, that would be great.
Good. Good.
Okay?
Well, I see you came quite prepared, but I think you're going to have a challenge with these shoes. So we're encouraging you to wear some sensible, comfortable shoes, just like the ones that you have on.
Okay.
And then if you're going to be primarily working inside as a floater greeter, but if you were outside, then a hat would be very appropriate, and sunscreen to protect you from the sun. And I think we don't want personal items here because we really have no place to store them. So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and return those to your vehicle if you can do
I
that.
will in a minute. I
Okay.
just thought we were supposed to dress up.
Oh, we want you to be very comfortable while you're working
Okay.
in appropriate clothing.
Thank you. I'll remember that.
Okay.
Now
Let me help you with your vest,
Okay.
your apron here. I'll tie
Okay.
it behind you. You're looking very proficient already.
Oh, that's nice. It's Daisy, Dazey. And that goes,
Yeah, on your
Here?
apron. Yeah. Now we have vests over here for
Oh.
anybody that comes in that, if anyone asks you, for lifters, carry-out people, parking lot attendants. So
Okay.
if somebody asks you, tell them to come in here and get their vest.
okay.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Now you can go ahead and put your Ask Me tag on.
Okay. This is it. And it, oh, what's this on the back?
So what is on the back is, in the event of an emergency, it tells you where you are located and our address and our phone number. So you're at Christ Presbyterian Church. Our address here is 6565 East Broadway Boulevard. So you have that handy and you don't need to try to remember the address or look for phone numbers or
Oh,
addresses.
well, that's good.
Yeah.
And I stick it right here.
Uh-huh. And let me help you with that to turn that around.
Okay.
So there might be guests coming in to do shopping and they want to know where certain items are, or they might have a question about pricing or something of that nature, so we'll help you with that. We're having some technical difficulty with the name tags, but we'll fix that for you, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right. Now what is this?
So this is a little bag that we're giving all of our volunteers here. It's going to have a marker in it, a couple of tags, scissors, and that's what it has in it. So at any rate, if you find an item that does not have a price on it,
Okay.
or if one of our guests that's shopping comes up to you and asks,
Uh-huh.
then you can go ahead and you're going to use your discretion, okay? Or you can ask a team lead member the price of an item. If you cannot find somebody readily, then just go ahead and mark a price that looks similar to what's around that item.
Okay.
Okay?
I think I can do that.
I think you can do that too. Because we want to make sure that we can accommodate people and sell the items.
Okay, so what's next?
So Daisy, let me finish your orientation here and we'll go over and I'm gonna show you the big room that we call the MPR, the multi-purpose room. I'll show you where the breaks, the food's going to be and where the restrooms are, and then that way you can help orient other people as well and lead them in that direction. And as well as guests, our shoppers for the restroom.
All right.
Okay, so let's go this way.
Okay.
And we're gonna come out onto the patio and then we'll go across to the other part of the church. This is a pretty big campus, so people can get a little lost here. So we're gonna walk down this way. Oh, it's raining. It started a day early.
It did.
We're just not allowed to have any rain on the day of the sale though, right?
That's it.
Okay, Daisy, so we're gonna walk in this end door here, and I'm gonna show you all the important things you know about. So after you, we're gonna go to room C, which is on your left-hand side, classroom C.
Okay.
All the way down at the end here.
Oh, there it is.
After you. So if you were working the morning shift, you're gonna be able to come in here and do a grab and go before 7 o'clock, our opening time.
Is that a breakfast kind of thing?
Yeah, it's a breakfast, just grab and go. You can take it over to your position. And then if you're working the afternoon shift, then we're gonna have lunch here for you too.
Oh, good.
So we'll have floaters that will relieve you for lunchtime. So this will all be set up and we'll have food and we'll have drink in here. Oh, no, we'll have drink in here. So you'll be able to come get some fluids, make sure you're hydrated. You can bring a water bottle with you
Okay.
if you want to, okay?
All right, thanks.
But we do give you breaks,
All right.
okay? Now let me show you where the restrooms are.
Okay.
So we're gonna go out this door and take a left. There's restrooms throughout the campus, but the closest one here, pardon our mess, we're still getting all set up here. The
Okay.
closest restrooms right here are gonna be the women's and the men's, and these can be accessed from outside as well,
Oh,
this particular
see.
restroom.
Okay.
Okay? And then we're going to enter here into the great room,
Oh.
or the multi-purpose room.
Okay.
And
The
this
great
is-
room.
This is kind of the hub of all of this. We
Go.
have a lot of items to sell, don't we?
We do.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
Oh, and the way my friend signed up to be a greeter.
Okay.
Where's she gonna be?
All right, wonderful. Let's walk up this way. And maybe if we're lucky, we have a greeter there right now that I can introduce you to. So they're positioned at the doors, and here's a greeter right now at this point in time. Let me come over here and she can tell you about what happens, okay?
Okay.
So go ahead and meet with her.
Hi, Donna.
You don't know my name yet because she didn't say it.
Tell us what your name is.
My name is Donna Devine and I'd like to welcome you aboard. May I show you where your seats are? And the emergency exits are here and here. And we have all sorts of things for you to see here today and hopefully buy. We would like to show you some of the things that we have, but first of all, I have to ask about that dog that you have. Is it a special dog? And what is it trained to do? We can ask that. We cannot ask what the person's problem is, but we can ask what the dog does, what it's trained for. If it is trained for to be an actual service dog, we clip it, and that keeps everybody in there from asking if it's a service dog. Otherwise, if it isn't a service dog, we ask them politely to take it out and hope that it's not real hot, because if it is, they'll have to take it home. I also, as a greeter, get to thank people for coming and check their bags, make sure they've got that the cashiers have put a tag on it to know that they've paid for it. And that's probably the best part of being a volunteer, is that you get to greet people and welcome them to Christ Presbyterian Church. And this is where you put your best foot forward so that they know we're welcoming group, and we want them to come in and enjoy themselves while they're here.
Oh, that sounds great.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Christ Presbyterian Church.
Thank you.
I see you're well prepared to do a lot of shopping.
I'm here to shop.
Is there anything special that you're looking for?
Do you have any cages?
Cages for like birds or dogs or what kind of
Okay.
cage? To your curve.
Maybe a dog.
All right, let me give you this map and it'll kind of lead you through the campus and tell you where things are.
Okay.
And then
Oh,
you'll have to
my,
go
that's
in, and you'll be
complicated.
going out a different door
Okay.
because the cashiers are on the other side.
Okay, so can I pay with money?
Or credit card. We now use credit cards.
Okay.
So either way.
All right.
So go and enjoy.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Daisy, let's continue our journey here into the big room, the multi-purpose room here. You can see
Okay.
it is well loved, well used, well stocked.
Wow.
Cheaper than Kmart.
Wow, look at all this stuff.
How about that? We have everything. So it would be good to walk around a little bit and just kind of orient yourself. Everything is labeled home decor, small appliances. But let's go over here and look at the linen section.
Okay.
This tends to get kind of messy. And so it's good if you're walking around as a floater that you're able to straighten these things up for us.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so if there's a lot of hand towels or sheets, any kind of linens that need to be straightened up just to make it more presentable, that's a wonderful job to do. If you see people walking around and they have their arms full of items, please go ahead and give them a box that they can use for shopping.
Oh, that's great.
And
That's
they
a
can
great
put
idea.
they can put whatever they buy into the box, and then they can carry it to the cashier when they're ready to check out.
Oh, and I understand someone told me there's a holding area.
There is a holding area, and it will be designated at a later point in time, but we can hold items there for 2 hours.
Okay.
So if people buy a lot of items, they can go ahead, put it in the holding area, they'll be given a number, and then it'll be held for 2 hours. If they do not return in those 2 hours, then it'll be put back into circulation.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Let's walk over here a little bit so you can just kind of get a feel for some other items. This is our breakable section here. We have a lot of glassware. And so when we're packing that up, there will be some packing material there that they can use as well. Do you have any questions?
Well, you know, as a floater, if I see something that doesn't seem right to me, I mean, what do I do? If someone is having a health problem or we have a confrontation or something, what do I do? Who do I call?
Okay, that's a very good question. If it's a health issue and it's a medical kind of emergency, please feel free to call 911. And again, on the back of your Ask Me tag, there will be the address, there'll be the phone numbers. And go ahead and direct the emergency medical system operator to pull up in front. The TFD pulls up in front of the church. It's much more accessible there.
Okay.
If there's a other kind of issue that you're worried about, I would encourage you to find a team leader, and they will have a different colored apron on, and they will have a name tag that'll say team leader,
Oh, that's good.
and let them kind of sort out the problem and go from there.
Okay, and what if I think they're having a heart attack?
If you think that they're having a heart attack or somebody just ends up on the floor and drops in front of you, we do have 2 AEDs, which are automatic external defibrillators here. So one of them is over in the multi-purpose room, which is outside of this grassy area, and one is in our sanctuary at this point in time. So again, find a person that you think is working here, is a member of the church,
Okay.
and direct them immediately. Someone to call 911 and someone to grab the AED.
So if I should have to use it, will you show me how?
I'd be happy to.
Well, that was great. Thanks.
You're most welcome, Daisy. I can't tell you how much we appreciate every volunteer that comes to help us. It is so meaningful for us. We couldn't do this without the wonderful volunteer support that we have. So I'm glad you had a great experience. And if you have any leftover time, we would love to have you here Saturday after 2, because anything that's left over, we box up and we go ahead and pay it forward and send it on to other charities. So that's always a big push right at the end, is to clean up what we have left. And we would love to have you do that. And then come back on Sunday and have a worship with us. We have 2 services. One is at 8:30, our contemporary service in the fellowship hall. And then the second one is at 10:45, a more traditional service with Pastor Steve Meldy. And he does both services. And that is in the sanctuary at 10:45.
And we're hoping all volunteers invite visitors to come to those.
We are indeed, and it's a very great group of people, and you've certainly added to that, and we would love to see you again. So we collect these items all year long, and so we get a month of rest after the sale is finished in March, and then we begin picking up and pricing all over again for the next flea market. So there's no rest here.
All right. Well, that sounds.
But it's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to meet people in the church as well.
That sounds great, and I'll really try to come back Saturday at 2 to give you a hand to get this stuff out of here.
Okay, and please tell your friends, tell your family about the sale, about volunteering, about coming for worship with us, and I think they would be happy they did that.
Okay, I'll spread the word.
Okay, great. Thank you, Daisy. It was
welcome.
wonderful to meet you.
Thank you.
Tracy, Trinity again here. One more thing we needed to have you realize is when you check in, if you're working in a specialty area, clothing, jewelry, cashier, you get your aprons, name tags here, and then report to your team lead in those areas. The rest of you, I will send you where you need to be.